Well, it's Taco Tuesday, or Taco Wednesday, I guess. It's a national holiday for tacos. So, I guess with that in mind, we could do somewhat of a book review. The book was called Enemies, Foreign, Domestic. There's 3 parts to it. I read the first one. I just got the second one in. The first one it starts out kind of eerie, and I talked about it a little bit in the Vegas shooting. How a agency who has a division inside of itself who takes a Gulf War vet who's really tore up, having the VA and just mentally not there, physically not there, really weak, mentally strength. He's just in and out of the VA for drugs and pain, and he's just one of those guys that you'd say he's shell shocked or he's lost. The town he grew up in helps him out. He does odd jobs. He lives alone, has nothing to him. He has nothing really in his name, no family, no friends. I take it back. He has acquaintances that nobody would consider him a great friend. But they somehow drug him, take him out to a place. There's a football game, like a national football game. And all of a sudden these people are watching, or at the game, and it's an open stadium. All of a sudden people start getting hit, dying, falling over, getting shot, and they're being shelled from quite a distance, actually. It causes mass panic. I can't remember how many people are in the stadium, but it winds up being this mass shooting attack. Very similar, the highest kill count. And what it was the next building over, like the building that was near the stadium, they had set this guy up and had used, I believe it was an SKS, and they were just cranking rounds, lobbing them into the stadium with a big high capacity mag. The Gulf War vet guy was kind of knocked out, drugged, and then he woke up basically after the shooting was over and they all left. He woke up with the rifle kind of strapped to him. He woke up with a needle in him, kind of thing. And here he is with SWAT coming right up the door, and he winds up getting killed. SWAT shoots him because they think he's the shooter. He gets framed for it. Gun control, exactly like it's happening now. All the left came through and pushed. They wound up banning, I believe, initially all semi-auto rifles and pistols, which caused people they had to turn them in. There was a deadline, and then if you got caught with it, you were committing a felony. They were doing border stops, traffic stops. They had kind of like a DUI stop, but they were doing that for rifles because they wanted to ban people from traveling on the interstate with them. This gun club in the town of this guy, Gulf War vet became the center of this agency's task. They used these guys to frame them for everything. They made them to a crazy right-wing militia. They said they were racist, bigots, all this, and all they were was just a shooting rod and gun club. And some of them were actually vets. I believe Vietnam, Gulf War, all this. And they set them up. One guy, the family was trying to move their guns to a hidden location, and one of the agency people wound up putting a block of C4 on him and blew up his car on the freeway and wound up taking out a bunch of other cars, killing the son and the dad. And they made it seem, they staged it so that it looked like he was going to go blow something up, going to go blow up a Capitol building because he was mad about the gun laws. And they start burning down gun stores. And they kill the gun owners and gun places, and all hell breaks loose. Eventually in the book, they reached what, everybody calls that line in the sand. Well, they reached the line in the sand. They killed a special forces operator that retired, and some of these guys were very good. There's a guy that came out and retaliated. He was the special forces, he did demolition. Well, he takes his boat and goes down the river. Damn, I hate to forget how bright it is out here sometimes. he takes his boat, goes down the river by DC, and DC has a couple bridges, like one main bridge, and I guess in the book they consider it really decrepit and old, and it just hasn't been maintained very well. But he goes and he straps, I don't know if it was C4 or whatever he does to it. He destroys 2 of the pylons, but beforehand he calls it in. Nobody gets killed, nobody gets hurt, but he collapses like several sections of this bridge that it makes total gridlock for all the lawmakers in DC. And he, this is how they start fighting back. Some people, like this, there's a lawyer in the book who starts using antique weapons and killing some of the people that enacted these laws. Well, then the book goes further, the left goes and bans all scope rifles, or scopes, I should say. So they ban scopes, and they continue the furthering by going after more people. They were going after people who did gun reviews, like, I'm trying to think of what it would be. The equivalent of like an Iraqi war vet, 8888, like him. They went after his whole family. They went after competition shooter people. They just set him up. They shot him in their sleep. It was a very interesting book in the sense that, here's a core group of people that are starting to figure things out, and they're fighting for their lives, and they figure out what's going on, and they actually wind up going after this agency. And I'm not going to finish on the book for you, but it's a good read. It's a little bit of a challenging read in the sense that not everything always was perfect flowing in the sense of how they used grammar and everything else, but it was a great book. It's an excellent audiobook if you wanted to. It made it's about 26 hours for the first one. God, it's so bright and it glares off the windshield. But it's about 26 hours for the first book. And I think anything in Audibles wise, I'm going to say this a couple times, anything Audible has, especially if you're getting a free book, anything under 12 hours is really short. It's a very short book. And anything in the 15 to 20 hours is a pretty good book. And anything over 20, you're getting your money's worth for $14 in the free credit. So, great book. Lots of different things. And it was written by, I believe, the guy was a former Navy SEAL or something in that nature. And you could tell, like, the details and accuracy of, like, some of the stuff that they did in the book were there. It was written by someone who was a professional military. I would recommend this book any day of the week, especially now. Read this book and then take it out with you. It's not very expensive. It's an older book written around 2003, 2004. I'll do the book review for the second one, but it's going to take a while. The second book is also about 26 hours long on Audibles. And I'll have time to read it, this month or next month. It'll take that long. And I just hope you enjoy it. I would like to further contact the guy and talk about it more. I really appreciate what he wrote. I'd like to do a little bit more research on the guy. So if you have any information on him, or if you have read this book and you liked it or disliked it, please comment below. Subscribe, hit like, and continue reading and learning and gaining knowledge, and prep for what's coming. And be safe out there and be ready for the good fight. Thank you.